Hi, how are you doing? In this lesson, we're going to talk about how to read the chord charts. Now, in this course, we're going to cover a lot of basic chords for the guitar, and it's really important to understand how to read the chord charts so I don't explain it every time. If you look at the picture over here, you will see that we have a lot of lines and numbers and X and O's. So I'm going to explain everything you need to know about the chord charts, and this is something universal, the chord charts. So even if you finish this course and you bought a book or you went to another online course or whatever, you will find the chord charts and it will be the same way you will read them here than like in any other place. So let's start. First of all, if you remember from our previous lesson, the different parts of the guitar, there is this plastic thing here which called the nut, this white plastic here. So this one here is this black, thick, bold line you can see on the top of the chord chart. This is the nut. So basically the guitar is pointed out like this. Okay, so here's the black line. Okay, and you have this line which represents the sixth string, and then you have this line which represents the first string. Okay, and of course the lines in between are the rest of the strings. So we have the sixth string and we have the first string, and now the horizontal line you can see on the chord chart are the frets. So this is fret number 1. This is fret number 2, this is fret number 3, and so on. Usually the chord chart doesn't go beyond the 4th fret. And that's because we only have 4 fingers, and usually they are spread through 2, 3 frets, maybe 4, but this is in advanced chords. But usually are 2 or 3 frets in the basic chords. So let's start by talking about the X and the O's. The O means the string is open and it's included in the chord. Okay, that's what the O means. So if you look at the C chord, which the chord chart is on, you'll see that the first string and the third string have an O, a small O on it, and that means that the string is open and it's included in the chord. Now, on the sixth string, you'll see an X. That means the X, this string is not included, so don't play this string. It's not in the chord. So let's talk about the X's inside the bracket. Now, this is something you will not find any other place, or this is not the only thing standard in the chord chart, the X's with a bracket. Because we sometimes going to use a simple version of the chords. So if we use a simple C, you'll see that the X's with a bracket means do not play these strings. Now in this one, they are included in the full C chord, but they're not going to be included in the simple C. Okay, I hope this makes sense. But don't worry about it. When they show up, I will say it again. That means do not play or play these strings, etc., etc. The last thing are the numbers. The numbers in the circles are the numbers of the left-hand fingers. You remember from the last lesson or the previous lesson, the numbers of the fingers are finger 1, 2, 3, and 4. So let's try and hold the C major chord with the information that we have right now. So I'm not going to play the sixth string. I'm going to hold the 3rd fret on the 5th string with the 3rd finger. Okay. And then with the 2nd finger, I'm going to hold the 2nd fret on the 4th string. Now I'm going to leave the 3rd string open because there's an O on it. And then with the 1st finger, I'm going to hold the 1st fret with finger number 1. And finally, the E string or the 1st string is open and it's included in the chord. So if everything goes right, I will start playing from the 5th string with the pick. And it should sound like this. Now, if you're following along and you play the chord, it might sound something like this. That's because this is the first time you hold this chord, and this is the reason why we're going to use a simple chords. In the beginning, your fingers might not be strong enough, especially the fingertips, and some of the fingers will be blocking the strings. Because of the left hand position, you might have your thumb over here, you might have long nails. So I hope you cut your left hand nails like I suggested in the previous lesson. So anyway, this lesson is not about the C chord or how to hold the C chord, it's about how to read the chord chart. So if you sounded like that, please don't be frustrated, okay? We still haven't started yet. And there's going to be a simple version of the C we're going to use in the beginning, so don't worry about it. The important thing is how to read the chord charts for now, okay? Now, sometimes the chord charts are upside down or to the left, depends on the bold line. But most of the time you'll find the bold line is on the top, so you can see, or you will find the sixth string and the first string and the strings between them. So to recap, the bold line is the nut. The X means do not play the string. The O means these strings are included and they are open, meaning there is no finger on them, but they are in the chord or included in the chord. And the fingers or the numbers inside the circles are the finger numbers, finger 1, finger 2, 3, and 4. Okay? So I hope you learned something new in this lesson. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next lesson.